To start a new order, there are 4 different ways that you can start a brand new order. Pick the big blue button up here, Start New Order, or from the toolbar, choose New. From the File pull-down menu, if you want to use the keyboard, go File, New, or just do Control-N and bring it up. Come to the new screen, you can just bypass this and go straight to the order if you want to, but you have the customer that you can select, and this is great if you already have like a repeat customer that you can just choose from the list, or you can go ahead and pick on Add New Customer, and we'll show that in another video. Type in an order name, optional PO name or number, and what rooms you want to have in this order. You got to have at least one room, but default is kitchen. And if you have more than one catalog installed, you will see the list of catalogs shown over here to the right hand side, so you can choose which catalogs you want to use for which room. But all this information you can change after the fact. You can select the customer, order name, PO number. You can add and edit rooms, delete them, rename them, all after the fact. So we'll just pick on OK. Come to the main screen. So over on the left-hand side, and the little blue bars here are resizable. Just click on them and move them with your mouse. But on the left, you have the order information. You have edit rooms, the main area where you actually edit the job, and the summary screen. So in other videos, we'll come back and we'll show how to work with all this information. But this is how you create a new job. In the upper left are the global groups. Global groups are your specifications for the items that will appear below. These can be things like wood species, door style, things that affect multiple cabinets. And these are created by the manufacturer. The red exclamation points are ones they're saying are required in order to be able to get a quote for a job. And you can do these in any order. You can start at the bottom, work your way up, but typically it's best to start at the top and work your way down. But as you pick any one of these, you'll see the options available for it on the right-hand side. And one thing you also can do in the upper right-hand corner are these 2 buttons to maximize this area. So you can make this so you can see more of the globals and concentrate just on them. And when you're done, just hit the other button to split it back into equal sizing. So let's maximize it again. So as you pick any one of these, you see the options on the right-hand side, like delivery type. I'll just pick one, validates it. We'll reprice the job as it needs to. And we can skip ones that we just don't care about. Cabinet line, go ahead and choose one. Some of these will have a lot of things to choose from, and you can filter those. So if we go up here to search, if I type in CHE, I can see now just 3 cherry items. So that whole list now is shortened down to just 3 items. And if the View Images button is available, you can click on that to see the images for the item. In this case, we're seeing what the different cherries look like for this particular catalog. So we can pick on any one of these, double click on it to select it. If something turns red, it's every time you choose something, it will validate things that you've already selected, but won't change things behind your back. In this case, the sheen that we already chosen before is now invalid with that cocoa cherry. So it turns it red just as a visual alert, and the tab turns red, price up here turns red, just to let us know that we have to fix that before we can get a price for this job and send it off to the factory. So my only choice now, based on the relationship rules, is cocoa cherry. I select that. The red goes away. We're back to doing things for this. How to copy global options from one room to another. If you have multiple rooms, like here we have a kitchen and a master bath. This also works if you have multiple areas. But if you have these items already filled in, you can right-click on any one of them, doesn't matter where you click, pick on Copy Globals, and you'll see all the global groups and options you've already selected. And you can select one or many. If I want to copy all the drawer information from the kitchen to the master bath, click on small drawer style, come down to here, hold on the shift key on the keyboard, click one more time, and everything in between those 2 clicks is now highlighted. Pick OK. Go to any other room or area, right click anywhere, it doesn't matter in the global options, pick on Paste Globals, and then information is now pasted in. So it makes it a whole lot easier so you don't have to go back and forth and seeing what did I have in one room and I make sure I duplicate in the other one. You can just do this, make it very easy. Also can do clear globals. If there's certain information like all those I just put in, same thing, click once. I can control to select many unique ones, or click once, hold down the shift key, click one more time, then click OK, and then all those are now cleared out. You can have multiple rooms in an order, and you can add, delete, rename rooms at any time. Have to have a minimum of 1 room, but you can have many more than that. On the order information on the left-hand side, pick on Edit Rooms. You'll see the current rooms. In this case, we just have one. Let's go ahead and add another room, and we'll call it Master Bath. If you have more than one catalog installed for your quick order entry, then you'll see a list of catalogs down here. So you can choose which catalog is the default for this new room that you're creating. Pick OK. And now we have multiple rooms. All the information is blank, and there's other videos that will show how to copy and paste between the two rooms. But now we're starting fresh on this master bath. We can choose the globals, the options, the items for that. If we want to rename it at any points, go back to it, pick on rename room, and maybe it's his bath instead. Just renames it. Any point you need to delete the room, say delete it. It says, are you sure you want to delete it? So when you click yes, any global groups, options, the items you have for it, all that information will be removed from the quote. Order info is where you fill in the customer information, who you're selling this to, where you want to ship it to, any additional information about the job. So when you click on order info on the left hand side over here, come to this screen, fill in the job name, whatever you want to call it, optional job number, optional PO number. You can choose a delivery date, either type it in or choose from a drop-down calendar. Select the customer you want to sell this to. You can select them from a drop-down list, or you can add a brand new customer or edit the current customer information permanently for any other jobs you currently have from this button here. And there's a separate video about editing and adding customers. But you have the customer name, address information, ship to information, because this could be going straight to the customer, so you can say copy it from the customer screen, or use your dealer ship preferences. In another video, we'll talk about preferences for dealer information. Your address, because you need to specify something about that for your information. Send files to factory, allow you to attach up to 10 optional files to go along with this job when you send it to factory. These can be AutoCAD drawing files, this could be Excel spreadsheets, anything else, Word documents, PDF files of appliance specs that you need to include, up to 10 additional files that you can click on the little dot 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 button to have a screen come up where you can select a file, click on open, and that will attach it to the job. And finally, special instructions allow you to type in special instructions to the manufacturer. And it just notes there because there are special instructions in the order entry grid where you have a column here for special instructions on a per item basis, but the one in order info has to do for the entire order. And it just warns you here, it tells you that these are for the entire order, and please use it as a last resort because some manufacturers might delay the order for them. To save the job, you need a few things filled in. You need the customer selected and a job name. Everything else is optional. You don't need any additional special instructions or your ship to or anything else. Job number, PO number, just the job name and the customer selected. But when you need to save, click on the little save icon, and that will save this job. Also, you can choose it from the file pull-down menu. Choose save there, or use Control-S on the keyboard to save. If you want, also can do save as to save this as another job. After you complete this job, you can use save as to make a duplicate of it and then change the duplicate for that information. When you're ready to reopen the job, I'm going to go ahead and, since I just saved, I'm going to close this one. When you're ready to reopen it, click on the green open button or the little file icon here, or the file menu, open, or Control-O on your keyboard. Any one of those 4 ways to open the job. Shows you all the customer jobs that you have created so far. If you've deleted them, that they actually are they're not removed from the database, they're just marked as deleted, but they won't appear in this list anymore. But if you click on the customer, and you can filter and find the customer, and there's another video explaining how to find customers. You can see the job, and you can sort. So here we're sorted by date last edit, and then you can click on open to open that job. You also can go to recent or Control-R if you like to use your keyboard to open up the most recent jobs, and they're sorted up to 50 jobs. Your 50 most recent jobs are shown here, but the last one you worked on is shown at the very top. So that's the one I want to reopen, so I click OK, and now I'll reopen the job. To add a new customer, go to the Tools pull-down menu, click on Customers, and you'll see the Customer Center where you see all the current customers and their information. Click on New Customer, start a new one, enter a name, We use the old standby of John Smith. Enter any contact information, phone, fax. You also have alternate phone, which you can have multiple alternate phones, which then you can choose when you're working on a job. Maybe you have a work number for them. And also maybe you have a mobile number for them, or other 1, 2, and 3. You can have their address for where you're selling it to. And if you're shipping it to their address, you can just copy that over. Or if it's a unique address, type it in. Or if it's going to be shipped to your address, you as the customer of the cabinets from the manufacturer, you can just say ship to your address, so this will be grayed out. When you're done, click OK. And they are added to the list then. How to find jobs you've already done. If you go to the open screen, over time you'll get a lot of customers that you've either quoted or placed orders for, and each one of those might have a lot of jobs that you've created quotes and orders for. If you want to find a particular customer, you can come down here to the lower left-hand corner and find customer, type at least 2 characters of their name, for example, like Tom. So now it shows me, it filters this list to only show customers who include T-O-M, Tom, in their name. Got backspace over it, I see them all again. But maybe you just only know part of the job name or PO name. If you go in the lower right-hand corner, click on Find Job, you can search for the job name. So I typed in, for example, sample, so I know the sample. Or if I knew it for my job number or PO number, I could search by that as well. As I see the job, highlight it, click OK, and it will open that job up.